Oh, hey there, you might be feeling a little bit of deja vu. After all, we had a nice discussion with each other about that McIntosh RS150, the smart speaker that brings great room-filling sound to the background of almost any room in your home, but does so in McIntosh style, and of course, sound quality. But you may remember, during the RS150 video, I made a little mention about a greater brother. Behold the RS250, a genuine stereo replacement and soundbar replacement, but of course, on entire orders of magnitude beyond. So what's the story of the 250? Well, much like its little brother in the 150, the previous RS100 and 200 were great pieces, but they were a little bit kneecapped by the fact that they were using some protocols for streaming that, let's just say, especially come 2022, were a bit dated. But Mac has listened to that criticism and they've responded exceptionally well on top of that. Not only fine-tuning some bits of performance in these devices, but also dropping in these cool digital meters, which while I love the analog Mac meters, I do think this fits the overall equation a little bit better, as this is a more kind of modern-esque smart product. But these still look kind of similar. They still got the true blue. So when you go from a 150 to a 250, what are you getting? What you are getting that is the same is still the very great ease of operation that comes with things like Apple AirPlay 2. Really what the 250 is giving you is in that first number, 2. You know, it's not a huge expansive hi-fi system, but for squeezing a genuine stereo experience into a space this small, giving it the Mac quality, the Mac aesthetic, the Mac everything, and also making it a great product of convenience to rise and match its level of performance, right there. So besides being stereo, is there anything else the 250 is packing here? Well, yes. This also serves as a really good soundbar replacement, which is one thing over the 150, as that was pretty much just a room speaker, not really like an entertainment hub the way that this can be. On the back of this device, you have a lot of options. You have things all the way ranging from a phono in, to a subwoofer out, to optical and HDMI in for the easiest TV integration imaginable. So in a word, you've got easy and great, by the way, TV sound, vinyl sound, and streaming sound. One device. This is also a 3-way speaker, whereas the 150 was a 2-way speaker. Okay, what does that nonsense mean? The RS150 had a woofer and a tweeter. This actually has dual baby mid-range woofers, smaller, but you get 2 of them, and that same tweeter. But there's more going on here. Right under this mesh grille, you can feel right down here on the sides and on the front, you've got a dedicated bass driver, and that's why it's a 3-way. 3-way speakers are going to be a little bit more communicative in the sense that you have better division between the frequencies, and therefore information is more clear in all of these different categories of the frequency band. The bass will be tighter and hit harder. The mid-range will be clear. The tweeter will be airier and more detailed. The biggest change, the most welcome one, the one that made me go, thank you, Mac, DTS Play-Fi, the old means of streaming music to these devices through an app that frankly kind of drove me crazy, is no more. Simply replaced with Apple AirPlay 2, the ability to Chromecast, and all of these standards that have become, well, standard. We all know AirPlay and Chromecast at this point. Especially with AirPlay 2, you can do real multi-room stuff. Say you have a 250 in your living room and you got 3 RS150s in the other rooms in your home. Through AirPlay 2, you can select a song and then individually cast it to each of those devices and control the volume on each of them from your phone. So with all that being said, how do you use it and how do you connect it? Well, let's show you. Now, once we get this set up on the Wi-Fi network and we can use it as an AirPlay speaker, if you're using an iOS device like I am, grab your phone, go to whatever music service you're using. I'm using Apple Music. And from here, you can see on the bottom the little AirPlay icon. I've got a bajillion things in my list here because here in the showroom we have a ton of AirPlay devices. But here right in the middle, it's all alphabetical. Here is RS250 and then a little indication of the serial number. This is my only RS250, so I know that's the one. I'm gonna tap on that. It's gonna select and it's gonna connect. Once that connection occurs, you'll notice on the top of the RS250, the moment you hit play and it starts playing back that signal, the word net is gonna light up. That's how you know for sure that you're connected. What I like to do once I get that connection is make sure the volume is set to just minimum. That way you don't accidentally blow anybody out of the room with too much volume, start playing the song, and then slowly turn up your volume to where you want it. And you can do it right on your phone through AirPlay, AirPlay controlled volume. That's awesome. Like so. And that's how easy it is to use a Mac RS250 and have great stereo sound in any space. It doubles excellently as a soundbar because of its HDMI and optical ends on the back. It's about as good as it gets. After seeing all that, realizing how easy it is to use, which product though is for you? If you're trying to sit down, listen more intently to your music, maybe even replace the need for a stereo setup, or you want to replace a soundbar with just something way, way better, and also meet that stereo need while you're at it, you're looking for a 250. If, say, you have a need for multi-room audio, which this can be a part of, by the way, but you just simply want to fill up a few rooms with party music throughout the home when you have a few guests over, and have a really high quality background sound, just something to jam out to, that's where 150s are probably going to serve you a little bit better. But of course, that being said, frankly, why can't you have both? Because they can all work together anyway. Advantages: excellent connectivity, genuine stereo sound, three-way design, self-powered, all-in-one. And probably the best part, it just works! All the wireless features work really well. You get audiophile quality, but you don't need an audiophile textbook on how to use it. Considerations. If you're looking to replace a soundbar, obviously this is going to smoke it, but this is in a whole nother category of price tier compared to the average soundbar. After all, it is a Mac piece and it deserves it. But if that's something you're looking for to move into that next echelon of audio greatness, you're probably expecting that. This is, while shorter, overall much larger than a 150. So keep in mind the footprint, where you're going to set it up and making sure that it can integrate well. Obviously, it has a bit of a bar shape to it since it can serve so well as a bar replacement, and the extra width helps with the stereo dispersion. And while not offensively tall by any means, it definitely is a little thicker than the average soundbar. So think about where your TV is sitting on the stand, or if it's wall mounted or even stand mounted, how high up it is and how much of a gap of clearance you're going to need underneath. All in all, for $3,000, what the RS250 can achieve in your home really is nothing short of impressive, being eons better than a soundbar or giving you a very respectable stereo experience without the hi-fi fusses and knowledge that you need to have sometimes to get into otherwise a separate system. It's hard to get much easier than this, or really to sound all that much better for the same amount of money anyway. So if that sounds like something that could serve you well, head to skybygramophone.com, the link's down below by the way, and you can pick one of these up for yourself with a secure checkout and fast and free shipping right to your doorstep. Now, if you still have more questions or you want to look around a little bit more, need some help figuring out what exactly it is that you want or will best serve your needs, give us a call at one of the showrooms, or better yet, stop by. We'd love to demo some of this stuff for you. You can find us in Timonium, Columbia, and Gaithersburg. We also have our beautiful Kitchen Design Center in Hunt Valley. All right, guys, please like this video if you had a good time, and let me know what you want to see Gramophone review in the future. We want to get stuff that you want. Obviously, you're our viewers. We love you guys. Thanks for being here. Be seeing you.